Kia ora and welcome. Here is how you make strong, long-lasting poise. First of all, you will need wool, material, fabric, plastic bag, scissors, craft glue, and filler. Okay, whānau, here I am measuring the wool to around 90 centimetres for the poi, the normal size poi, and then 140 centimetres for the long ones. And that's just for the handles. So yeah, I normally count out about 6 strands to each one, so we've got to do 4 of them. And the reason why I am using different colour is just to try and make it easier for you to learn how to do a 4-plait. If you don't already know how to do it, but just skip it and go to the next stage if you want, but otherwise don't give up. I know that the 4-plait can be hard to learn, so yep, just keep going, don't give up. So yes, about 6 strands I've got here. Cut that off. Then I'm just grabbing all the ends together, and then we've got to just tie them. So leave a little bit because we want to tie it into a bit of a knot, so as though this is going to sort of create like a plug inside it. So yeah, just keep tying that until you have none left on one side. Yeah, keep trying. Like that. Sort of like a plug anyway. Just tie a string through it and then tie it to a chair. Alright, so we're on to the plaiting now. I've got the red, the yellow and the red. We're going in through the red and the blue and grabbing the green, putting the green in through over the red. Then we're going to put our hand in between again, the yellow and the green, and grabbing the blue and putting that over the green. You'll sort of get the flow of it in between. So if you need to go back, just keep going back on the video at the beginning. Once you get it, you won't forget it. So just keep practicing, don't give up. So yeah, for those of you who don't know what poise are and what they're used for, poise translates a ball or a ball on a string. It refers to both the traditional Māori performing arts where lightweight balls are swung rhythmically and the physical object itself. Historically, Aotearoa New Zealand native Māori warriors put rocks in them, used them for training and for battle, while our Māori wahine women used them for entertainment and storytelling. If you're having trouble doing the 4-plait, just go back to the beginning if you haven't got that beginning part, or if you make a mistake, just undo it and just keep trying. You will eventually get it, whānau. So for those who picked it up pretty fast, this video goes on for a few minutes just to support those that needed it. Just carry on plaiting till you get to about 22 centimetres for the short poi, or to how short and long you want. If you want to do the long poi, I normally go to about 50 to 60 centimetres for the long ones. So yeah, just skip on through to the next step. Yep, for those that have already picked up the 4-plait. Awesome. Now we've finished the plaiting, we're just going to tie the end off. So we're just getting two of the different colours on each side and just tying a normal tie, one, tying a knot, and then we're going to do the same, just twist it over and through, and voila. So now we're on to the measuring. So that top layer is just a 10 plait for me that I measured out. It's a piece of paper, just a piece of lunch paper, and just measured it out to about 35 to 40 centimetres all round. So it's a square. And then make sure that you make the two extra ties so that you're tying it off. So now we are getting a weigher scales. I normally weigh up my filler in it just to make sure that I get the right amount in there, because some people like them heavy and some people like them not too heavy and light. Or if you want to make small ones for kids, that's fine too. So yep, the scales, I normally weigh it up to about 30 grams of the filler, and for a larger one, probably about 40 grams of the filler. So it's a good chunky handful. So here we've got the plastic. So you want to cut out your plastic bag into the same measurements that I gave earlier, which is 35 to 40 centimetres. And we're putting the fluff on top of it. Now we're getting our handle that we did earlier. We chucked it in the middle, right there. And then we're going to grab the corners. As we're grabbing the corners, we're holding that in there, the fluff in there, grabbing it with my hands, my fingers and thumb to grab it tight. Make sure that the plug is on the other side of my fingers. And now we're just going to slowly push all the fluff in there, making sure that you got a good tight grip of the plastic. You can make it as big as small to make it easier for you. This is just what I do, so you can adjust things to however you want, really. Pushing it all in, all around, just adjusting everything so it all falls into place, because by the time you get to this point here, it all sort of just comes together naturally. Push it all in and in there, get that shape going, holding it tight with your fingers. This is the fiddly part, so don't give up on this bit too. After a few times you've made it, you get pretty good at it and pretty fast. So there I have it all, making sure that you've got no, you're holding it all around at the base there, all the plastic, so that it doesn't, when you're hitting it on your wrist, when you're using it, it's not going to fall out. So this is one of your ties that I said to make earlier. And you just, all I do is wrap it around my finger so I can get a really good tight tie. So here we go. So we're doing it really as tight as you possibly can. Just go around as many times as you want. And then we're going to tie it really tight. So when I do this tie, I go through the loop twice and then pull really tight. And then we're going to go through the loop again twice, back the other way. 1 and 2. I'm going to pull that really tight. See guys, there's heaps of them. Yep. And then we're going to then we're going to cut those bits off. I couldn't find my sharp scissors, so these ones are, yeah, they're not so sharp. Yes. Then we're just going to cut that off and cut all these bits off. and around the outside. Yep, I'm just going to straighten it all out, make it look all nice. Yep, I think that looks fine. Now we're going to get our craft glue. You can get material, you can get like a fabric glue, any glue. And then we're going to just put some of that on where I tied it, because then that won't come undone. So just put a blob there. Oh, hang on, I just got to take the cap off it on the inside of thing. Yeah, so just put a blob of glue where you tied the knot on that. And then I put glue all on the inside around the base of where your handle goes in, so that it doesn't come out on the plastic too. That's that bit done. It should look a little bit something like this. Just not so much glue on the wool, but that doesn't matter because you won't see it. So here's the material. Yep, we're doing the same sort of similar thing as grabbing the corners and bringing them up and holding them at the base. Yep, just like that. And then grabbing all the sides again. This is a lot easier, this bit. It's the bit before this. That's a little bit more complicated, but don't give up on it. I've had much practice. That's why I got it a little bit faster. Yeah, and then we can do that. And hold it nice and tight. And we're doing the same thing with the tie. So make it all perfect. Tie that tie around my finger so I can get a really good tie. Yep. Go round and round as much as you can, really tight. Yeah. And then do the same knot through it twice. Pull that hard. And again on the other side, through that loop twice to give that really good non-slip knot. And anyway, I'm going to be putting glue on it as well, just to give it that extra. And here's my stupid scissors that aren't even sharp. Got rid of them after this. So anyway, here's me trying to hack at just wool, and then I've got to try and hack all that off. So yeah, make sure you've got a good pair of scissors because it just makes life so much easier. Yeah, I got me another pair after that because, yeah, those were just shocking. So we're just going to cut away at all this and get all that off. I think we're almost good to go. Just about there. Took a little bit longer than normal because of the scissors, as you can see, hacking at it. Now we're just going to put some glue just all around that base of where it goes into, and a little bit on that, all the way around that handle part, and where it goes in, so that it won't fall. Oh, well, it won't anyway because of the plug, but just extra security, extra and it just makes it look really tidy finish at the end of it. Just push all those bits in as it's drying too, like I just did then, and then a blob on where the knot is too, whānau. And that looks pretty good to me. Yep, let's get on to the next step. Okay, we're on to the pom-pom part of the bottom of the poi. So I'm just using a portable charger block thing just to wrap around my string around it. So I've just connected all my strings or the colours together, and we're going to make the bottom part of the poi. So we're just going to put it on there. And we're going to just wrap it around. Can't remember how many times I wrapped it around. Oh yeah, I think I wrote it down. So it's 25 to 30 times. If you want it thicker, if you want it thinner, do what you want. So, yep. I think that'll do. We just chop it off there. My stupid scissors. Alright. Now we're just going to slip that off gently, roughly gently. And we're just going to tie where my fingers and thumbs gone through on one side, right there. And we're just going to get a tie, so make sure you do a tie before you do this part of it. Just chuck the tie through there like that. Oh, like that. And just tie that into a knot. And that'll keep that together. And this part we're just going to cut one end, not the tied end. There's the tied end, and we're going to cut the complete opposite side, and cut all those bits with your sharp scissors. Oh my gosh, look at the state of these scissors. Alright, I do get there eventually. There you go. Alright, now we're on to the next part. Okay, we just want to lie the end of the poi down so it's easier to tie. And then we want to tie a knot in between those two. And always making sure that those bits that I'm tying are the same length as the pom-pom part. Otherwise, if they're a bit shorter, we can just cut them down. Put some glue in there to just hold it there. Now we just want to straighten those up a little bit. And we've got a little tie there just to tie around to make pom-pom ball. You just want to tie a secure knot, so I go around twice around that part and tie it. So pull it tight, hold with your fingers. And then we just straighten it all up. Put a bit of glue there, and that'll hold that. Right, and we're just about there. We just want to straighten off our tassels. And voila. That's right, put a bit of glue. I normally put the glue all in around there on that top part. I forgot to show that bit, so I just thought I'll just say it. Me putting it on, so you can just see that I've put glue all around that top bit. But yeah, there you go, whānau. And here's me just having a little bit of a tutu with it. Also, you can use 2 buoys for those who don't know. Another couple of buoys that I made earlier on. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you got to make some poi. Mauri ora.